Yeah, hi. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse the bandana. Just not because of, the Mark Briscoe guy being on AEW and representing his unfortunate passing brother. Um, it was just incidental, and let me be honest, I'm just hiding the fucking thing. It's embarrassing. I'm wearing a glasses holder because you're not really supposed to wear glasses after nose surgery. So there you go. So I'm having basically sunglass because why not? I want to wear it. So yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review. Okay, I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off. This video is not to intentionally offend anything regarding the Briscoes or especially Jay Briscoe, but it's something that needs to be said because this is still a TV show that people need to realize. This is still a wrestling TV show that you're broadcasting, that you're hoping that you should, because again, a TV show's goal should be appealing to no matter how many kinds of people. Listen, I'm not trying to hate on the idea of them tributing Jay Briscoe. Again, I had no problem with this. I just wish that they didn't have to do this because, of the unfortunate passing Jay Briscoe. I just wish, of course, the guy didn't pass away. It is such a sad story that Jay Briscoe passing away. And God, obviously, rest in peace and God bless his family. And may good things come for them, and may nothing but many blessings come for them, because it's a darn shame that they lost Jay Briscoe, the family of Jay Briscoe, the brother Mark Briscoe. It's a darn shame. This story is a darn shame, but here's the problem. And this is just the same problem for anybody. But here's the thing: this is gonna be the same thing. This is gonna be the same type. This is you have to understand. This is show business, right? Listen, I get wrestling is a live TV show, but you have to understand the goal of professional wrestling, no matter what, is to cater to viewers. And AEW needs to realize that you are a television show. That your goal should be freaking trying to appeal much as people possible. Showcasing a wrestler, or basically tributing a wrestler that no one except the Smarky fan base, except the indie fans. I'm not trying to hate. Okay, I just wish, if you know what, why weren't the Briscoes on AEW before? Why weren't they? Obviously, I get why. I know why. And honestly, yeah, fuck TNT for that. And, fuck Tony Khan for not having malls or something. I don't fucking know. But here's the thing. The problem of this unfortunate circumstances. Listen, you have to understand, tribute shows this would only work. Doing a tribute will only work. This type of tribute only kind of works if this was happening on ROH. Okay, this is AEW Dynamite. This is a show that's been on TNT or whatever, TBS now. It's been on Turner Network, whatever, for now quite a few years, and in that entire time they're still struggling trying to get viewership, and they've refused, or they don't know, they're still struggling in terms of trying to promote a wrestler or how to introduce a wrestler, because all they do unfortunately nowadays in wrestling, and they're still doing this today, and they're still going to do this next week, especially in Rampage, they fail to promote or do vignettes for wrestlers to promote somebody, who is this person? Because basically, again, if I'm a new viewer, how am I going to know who the fuck the Briscoes are? I only know because, yes, I am a wrestling fan, and I watch pro wrestling, and I do, I'm in the know because, smarky wrestling fans always talk about the Briscoes or whatever, right? Or they always talk about certain types of wrestlers that's not in WWE and AEW, and they always like to act like they know everything or better, or good wrestling fan because I know who this guy is or whatever. They pretend to, okay? I am. Of course, it sucks that why the fuck Turner Network are not allowed the Briscoes to be on AEW because of fucking the guy who passed away. Jay Briscoe said fucking the word faggot. to a fucking gay wrestler or whatever. He said faggot. Like, who cares? I don't know. It's just all these fucking, it's the fucking cancel culture. It's the stupid SJW fucking pussy. I mean, this would have been a problem 10 years ago. Now it is now because of the type of world, the type of people we deal with in this fucking stupid world now. And again, I totally, in terms of like I totally agree why people complain, like why, like how dare, would it not allow the Briscoes? Sure. Even though the problem is like what they would probably have done even if they had the Briscoes, they're probably it's just these people without introducing who they are, right? But I would rather that, like then, and it would make sense, like, if, unfortunately, Jake Briscoe does pass away, and they were already on, it would make sense. The thing is, Jake Briscoe, unfortunately, was never a part of AEW. So how would it make any sense to do either a tribute match when you're on TV show? Because, again, that's like doing a tribute for somebody who's never been on a TV show or a movie when they never were on the show. But, again, it's like, let's say, we're doing an action TV show, and an action star passes away, and he has nothing to do with the show in itself, but we tribute him, we do a tribute scene. I understand in some cases that does happen. Let's say if like an homage, like let's say if you're homaging a famous scene, which like there's been tons of times like where a comedy segment, there's like influences of a certain scene, but the thing is, but like they're mentioning that person, like, or they're mentioning the character or the wrestler or the fucking action star, or let's say like like we're mentioning that character's name of the person who passed away has nothing to do with the show. It's like that kind of scenario. Same thing with a movie. A movie, like you're doing a movie and we're mentioning a character who has nothing to do with a show, with that movie, we mention him and do like some sort of tribute when it's nothing to do with the movie. Which, sure, it's cool. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to tribute somebody, but it has to be that kind of scenario. I hope people understand what I'm saying. It's like, this is the problem though. Like, I'm sorry, as much as it's kind of cool, and I get it, the wrestlers know Jake Briscoe. It doesn't hurt to mention him, but doing something where you have, again, it's not like he's Brody Lee. Brody Lee was a part of AEW, and it made sense why they did a tribute show to him, because he was on part of the show. Jake Briscoe, I'm sorry, was never a part of the show. I mean, I would have loved it, sure, fucking, maybe hopefully we would have gotten to know better, if anything, well, based on what I saw in the main event, Mark Briscoe, which kind of exemplified a little character, why couldn't they showcase them, honestly? Because honestly, getting it, maybe in a way I do get why people like the Briscoes. You know what I mean? It just sucks that it takes a death to showcase them, especially like they may have probably wanted to, but it just is obviously, I fucking hate cancel culture, and again, I do get why people anger of it, but just it was more fitting to only do that for ROH. They have ROH. I get they don't have a TV deal, blah blah blah, but I'm sorry. Like, that's what, and I get it because apparently it was unfortunately also the guy's birthday, which that sucks. Dying before your birthday too, and also he died literally the day before his brother's birthday, and his brother. It would be, but here's the thing: this is an opportunity here. Why not? Like, but here's what they could have done would be better. Why didn't you show vignettes of Mark Briscoe, who he is? Maybe showcase some character, do a vignette. Even though, like, I'm more about, like, with wrestlers, like, you showcase them, do the vignettes, you build them up for the debut. Well, you could have done, especially for tonight, you should have been at least showcasing who is Mark Briscoe. Wow, look at all the things he is. Showcase his character, and even, well, you could do, this could lead to his story, that he's doing it for his brother. That's what you do. That's how you make people care about the main event. That's how you make people care about already Mark Briscoe as a wrestler. That if he wants to wrestle, continue to, and maybe establish him as a character for AEW, then fuck yeah. I'm going to care about Mark Briscoe. This is an opportunity here. Come on. You have to understand this is a still TV show. I get it. This is a tribute match. But again, you have to understand you're still a TV show. Some is a character. Sure, like, you can still tribute the guy, but that could be the thing, like, showcase his character. Who is this guy? Why I should care about this? Sure, you have the Already the story there. He's doing it for his brother. He unfortunately never got a chance to be on AEW television, but he got the chance now, and he's going to do it for his brother, and you showcase his character, what he's about. Why is he like a badass? Why is he whatever? You know, because I want to now know more about Mark Briscoe. You know what I mean? We know about Jay Briscoe, and his darn shame he passed away. That way you could, like, you know, you can talk about whatever and showcase the character. That's what they should do. This is an opportunity, but again, you're still a TV show. Like, are we even going to see Mark Briscoe again? That's the fucking problem. That's the problem with AEW. People say it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe of the indies. Like, I'm sorry, that doesn't draw ratings, and that doesn't help the show. I get it. You're tributing a wrestler, and that's a good thing. I'm not trying to hate on that. I love that. But it's like you have to still understand your TV show. But it still makes no sense. If anything, it makes better sense to do it on an ROH show. Like if they were to do an extra ROH show, you do it for whatever. You do a special show. I don't know, a special event on I don't know, fight, because apparently it's broadcast Fight Network. I don't know, YouTube. And you do a fucking Jay Briscoe tribute with that. I don't know. That's how I would have done it. But again, but heck, if you want to make this make more sense, again, like I said, the idea is you give us like a reason why we care about Mark Briscoe. Why is he there? Not just again, you know, sure they should, like, you know, it's Jay Briscoe's birthday. I get it, but you have to understand this is still a TV show. And you have to, because again, like how would it make sense? If this was WWE, right? And I understand Marks would probably like this or whatever. Imagine if, God forbid, an indie wrestler passes away and has nothing to do with WWE, but then they do a tribute match for that guy. Would that make any sense? Like, I understand Smart's like, oh, that's such a great thing they did, you know, but it's their fault for not hiring the wrestler. It's like that kind of scenario. But again, you have to understand, it just makes no sense, like, in the end of the day, because he was never part of the company. Well, you could make that eventually the story, or, you know, make it make sense in terms of why is he there, and that could lead to him being an actual character. I don't know, I just wish it was explained better and made more sense. I wouldn't have much of a problem either if it was even in the mid-card, but I understand, like, you know, sure, they want to end the show on a high note, and there was not really much they can do in terms of a main event thing. That was just their little excuse to have something for, in terms, I guess, the main event, but whatever. I hope this doesn't offend much people. I just hope people understand what I'm saying. But I know smarts are going to fucking get triggered because they're going to think I'm thinking nonsense. Because, you know, like, I'm explaining logic, but they only care because again, the only reason why people are going to like, it's just, you're just looking at this as an indie fan. You're looking at this as a fucking weird fucking fan because you think, like, you know everything about wrestling in terms of, like, what actually, like, instead of what makes sense. Because, again, I'm sorry, like, and I'm not saying, okay, like, how is it going to up the ratings or whatever, right? But, like, the reality is you're still a TV show, okay? You're still a TV show. Well, whatever. And this is still a TV show that we're supposed to care about. And, again, you're doing a tribute show for a character that was never part of the official show. And I'm not trying, and I mean that in the least hurtful way. I'm not trying to, again, I would have loved it, sure. If they had the Briscoes on AEW various times, fuck yeah. Because people did seem cool, at all the good stories and whatever, you know, and based on what I hear, and even based on what I did see the last match fucking the Briscoes have, I give them credit. It was a good match, you know, with Jay Briscoe. The last match before he unfortunately passed away. And they do have a unique look to them. It would be nice they showcase some characters and whatever. You know, they seem like they're country dudes and whatever. Even though why they're called the Briscoes, it's not like they're related to the Briscoes, but it would be cool to, like, you know, sure, fuck yeah, why not? You know, showcase your story. But the thing is, will you expect that with AEW? Because, again, AEW just caters to fucking smarky wrestling fans and indie fans or whatever. And that's why they will never grow. Again, I just mean it as at least hurtful way. I hope people understand what I'm saying. So, there you go. We're going to talk about the show tonight. But, yeah, overall, the show, though, was pretty boring. And I'm not looking forward to next week, really. I guess, sure, Darby Allin and Samoa Joe next week. But, like, that's, like, literally the only match. Like, what? Who the fuck wants to see a faggot Timothy Thatcher who, like, kissed the... Didn't he kiss Dean Ambrose or whatever? apparently it's a fucking a guy, another fucking stupid smarky indie wrestler who kissed him that looked like Timothy Thatcher. But who? Again, this is their problem. It's Timothy Thatcher. He defeated some Japanese motherfucker. Like who are these people? Who are they? I understand Timothy Thatcher was in WWE, but again, who fucking really gives a shit about Timothy Thatcher? He was like only on NXT. It's not like on fucking Raw and SmackDown. It's not like he's a fucking star that people know who the fuck he is. And how is it MJF's character that he finds a guy? And isn't MJF anti-indie, anti-smarky fans? Like, what are you doing? And again, this is another problem. Great, another debut, debut for fucking AEW. Like, and again, I'm not trying to make it hurtful. Again. They're still doing ROH. Again, this is AEW. I'm sorry, ROH and AEW are different. Okay? AEW, your AEW Dynamite, you're supposed to focus on AEW. People who are in AEW. And if you're gonna bring a new guy, establish their character. Do vignettes. Not just is this guy. Like him now, because we're going to tell you to. It shouldn't be an effort to try, and it shouldn't be our fault that we don't know a certain person. Because again, we are TV, like, with that analogy, like, when we're watching a TV show, is it our fault that we don't know a certain star or whatever? Like, you're just introducing guys like we're supposed to know who he is, instead of maybe, like, making an actual story based on, like, why does he exist on a TV show? Like, come on, this is basic TV 101. What are you talking about? This is a wrestling show. Well, guess what? It's still a TV show. You want to watch indie shit? You go watch the indies, and that's why they're fucking indie wrestling. This is the big time, motherfuckers. This is the big time. This is TV. Professional wrestling, a show with professional wrestling is still supposed to have characters and storylines, not just based on in-ring shit. And you try to be like a sport, I'm sorry, that's why you don't draw. If you're really on a sport, then why aren't they doing real shit? Oh yeah, because they're fake. You're a professional wrestling TV show. Fucking actually have some characters, for crying out loud, and people know. You have a chance. Oh, but they did a vignette, you said. But again, who is he? Like, what is this character? It's just like, is this guy from this stupid fucking gay ass company? We're supposed to care that he's gonna face Daniel Bryan for some reason. Wow. I don't know. Whatever. Grab your Coca-Cola, drinking magnificently, spying missing bitches go, oh shit, oh shit. Cheers. I already had it, so. Just a little tip, just a little pour for you people. Again, like, how am I supposed to, if I'm gonna have a chick over, right? If I'm gonna give her a nice status glass, make her go, oh shit, oh shit. So, and if she wants, for some reason, want to watch some wrestling, she's gonna be like, who is this Timothy Thatcher guy? How does that make any sense? I mean, to be fair, that's going to be like for everybody in AEW, because they didn't really bother to make people care about AEW or these wrestlers. We have to pretend to care who are these guys. They just, without fucking introducing them. Again, that is the AEW's problem. They are still struggling after 3 or 4 years to fucking introduce people. Like, who are these people? What is their character? Like, come on. You can't just rely on work rate. Work rate is boring. Oh, well, they say work rate boring. Well, you motherfuckers are probably the most boring people out there if you think that matters. You wonder why you can't get chicks and shit like that. I'm sorry, it's the truth. And then you waste your time fucking watching fucking stupid indie bullshit. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, so let's talk about Dynamite. Show started with Jericho and started with Jericho. Yeah, a lot of stupid shit happened tonight, by the way, so we're gonna talk about it. So the show started with Jericho, the Jericho Appreciation Society, which is Jericho and Sammy Gamar. Okay, again, chicks would probably know Jericho because he was in WWE. How they're gonna know the fuck is gay ass Ricky Starks? And then when you have him do gay shit, looking like a fucking flamboyant faggot. Oh, but this is cool. He's walking on the ropes and he proceeds to have to stick his tongue out like a faggot. How is that cool? Same thing with Sammy Guevara. Same thing with fucking goddamn like this. I don't know. I don't give a shit. No one knows who the fuck these guys are. Anyways. So yeah, but yeah, Jericho and Sammy Guevara win. Cool. I'm happy Jericho won. Because why the fuck he's losing these fucking faggoty jobbers without, again, this is the problem. Ricky Starr's been in this company for how many years? And we still don't know what's his character. Why should we care? And again, it doesn't help that this guy is not believable to beat Jericho and then beat Jack Swagger last week and shit like that. And how does that make any sense? Whatever. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, Jericho's team won. Good. And I didn't give shit about the match, though. We then get a video of Jay Briscoe. I mean, again, it's not like they showcase Mark. I understand this is about Jay Briscoe. It's cool, but again, it's like, but it's not. It doesn't hurt to showcase this. I do think it's a sweet video. I do like it. I like that. You know, they showcase the video. It's cool like that. It's just I wish also they show like who was Jay Briscoe. Maybe we would care more too about, you know, they showcase like, even though sure this is like a tribute video, but it would be nice to showcase like what is Jay Briscoe, what was his character, what was he about, you know, and then we could showcase Mark Briscoe and you build that up for the main event and why we should care about Mark Briscoe and shit like that. Whatever, this was a good video though. Like the daughter says, "My daddy is crazy, but I love my daddy." It was sweet, and I just feel bad for the child. I feel bad. Like it just sucks, man. But what can you do, you know? It just sucks that you had to lose somebody. Obviously, like, I wish I wouldn't have to say it. It's just, like, it sucks that we have to lose somebody for it. I have to say what I'm saying. I have to keep it real. I have to keep it at 100, okay? I'm sorry. It's the truth. Anyways, Darby Allin defeats Buddy Matthews. Again, this is a fucking problem, too. We're supposed to be pretending care because, something about the backstory of them from a few months ago. But, again, it's like, what was the story in general back then? They only feuded for some reason. Again, what was the story for this match? Just again, and an open challenge. What was these? Again, where are the stories? You wonder why you don't grow. You need stories. Okay, I'm sorry. You need stories. Where are the storylines for these matches? Like, you could say these matches have feuds, but what is the fucking feud? What is the heat? They're just feuding for the sake of feuding. Same, like or not, that is the same shit with Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson and fucking MJF. What's the heat for between those people? Why does Daniel Bryan want to fucking fight somebody? You could say because William Regal and shit like that. But like that's really little difference. And shouldn't John Moxley want to face fucking MJ for the title? Why don't we do something with that? We'll get that out of the way. So that could already be the feud there. That should be the heat. He lost the title because he lost because of his fucking supposed mentor betraying him. That would be the heat right there. Okay? And then fucking, you do whatever. Then you can introduce Bryan to this. Sure, Bryan is angry. You could do maybe like a little bit of a triple threat between that match. Then you fucking finish your feud with MJF and Moxley. And then you move on to fucking Danielson and fucking MJF. Maybe they do, like, for God's sakes, why you gotta wait till Revolution? Again, how does it make sense that their first match is a 60-minute Iron Man match? And again, that match is nothing but to appeal these fucking smarks, because all these smarks think that a long match is good. They think quantity is better than quality. Like, whatever, quantity over quality. It's basically the same excuse. Like, if you give a professor a fucking long essay, that's going to be like the excuse they think is good. Because, some professors, they don't read it and they, you wrote a long essay. Okay, I'll give you an A. But when you got actually, this happened, like, literally, when you give a professor that actually cares and, like, would waste their time, they'll fake and fail you. Okay? Long essays does not, is equivalent to that kind of shit. Like, a long match does not mean it's good, people. Okay? And again, I really did some research on why I think these smarks think that these long matches are good. Why? Because these fucking smarky fans just watch porn, and they think that long porn is good. That's why. That's why. Like, you watch fucking porn, these people watch porn, and it becomes sexual deviance. And let's be honest here, they watch too much porn, they end up becoming gay because they can't fap to it anymore, and they're gonna fucking start fapping to gay ass wrestling and like to start to fucking be attracted to these fucking wrestlers. That's what. And again, it doesn't help that a lot of these wrestling fans are pretty fucking gay. They fucking are attracted to these guys because they can relate to them, and again, that's why I think they have either some fucking sort of attraction towards twinks or all this gay shit. That's why they fucking like guys like Daniel Bryan or fucking all these small wrestlers or these wrestlers who don't look like wrestlers but they look just like me. That's why I like to them, because I can relate to them instead of fucking actually them having like, I don't know, a reason to care and shit like that. That is why. And that's gonna kill your fucking show. That's gonna kill, like it or not, your ability to grow. And if you cater to those people. But again, it makes no sense. Literally, an Iron Man match only works like when there's a heated feud, and it's like, okay, look at fucking great feuds that led to an Iron Man match. Or if you could go the distance, you know, it's not about just always about being a great wrestler, but it's like a heated feud where I'm better than you. I'm gonna prove I'm being better than you, but it makes sense because of the heat the feud had. Like, look at fucking Triple H and The Rock. Look at Kurt Angle and fucking Brock Lesnar. Those feuds had heat. And when they fucking started to go to like, I'm a better wrestler, shit like that, can you go the distance? But it was not just about that. It was about the fucking hatred those wrestlers had, and then it made the fucking Iron Man match so great. The match being so good was a plus. What is the heat for this? It's going to satisfy the smarks because it's long. It's going to showcase the work rate. Let's see if MJF could prove he has work rate. Fuck you. Fuck work rate. Whatever. I don't know. I think I moved on from what I was supposed to talk about. But anyways, you got Darby Allin. He defeats Buddy Matthews. But then after the match, okay, sure. Maybe a little heat with this. But it's like, what's the heat besides, I just want the title? That's like, again, that's the most big. I understand. Yeah, you know, title matches, you know, sure. You know, who doesn't want to be a champion? But does it hurt to be like more than just a title match? You know, the best feuds that involve title matches weren't just really about title matches. There was a story of their hatred. And the title, like, the reason why they get a title, why they're fucking fighting for a title is a plus. Like, you know, I don't want just to, like, you know, I'm going to take the title because I just want to be champion, because screw you, that's why. You're fucking pathetic. It's not that hard, people. Some of the best feuds. Look at even Rock and Austin, for fuck's sakes. Triple H and fucking The Rock, even! Come on, Iron Man match. It was not just about being the fucking the world champion, sure, but fucking Triple H hated The Rock. You saw why they hated each other. Stone Cold and fucking Triple H too whenever they feuded for the title. Come on. Whatever. Then the king of television. I just think like, what? Samoa Joe keeps saying he's the king. And I didn't know why he was saying the king. Or what? Is he the king of cheeseburger eating? Like, why is he fucking saying he's the king? Is he acting like WJ? Like, you know, I'm the king, fuck. I'm the king. You know, you're gonna listen to king, fuck. Am I speaking monkey to you? It's like a fucking, it's literally like a fucking retarded guy who's off his meds saying, I'm the king, fuck. I'm the king. That's literally what Samoa Joe is doing. He's ripping off WJ. I gotta do a video. I know I haven't talked a video. It pains me. But I'm sorry, like, if you want to know my stance about WJ, I could always do a video. But it's like, it's already moved on. But like, let's just say it definitely hurts to see how much of a downfall that guy went. Okay, I could always do a video. Maybe on the anniversary of his meltdown, I'll do a video. And we'll talk about it. So stay tuned in May. We have to wait till May to talk about WJ now. Like, but in the end of the day, it just is a darn shame that guy, the fucking way how fallen he has went. But again, Samoa Joe saying, I'm the king, fuck. Like, why are you the king of what? Oh, but he's the king of television, because he's a television champion. I don't care. Are you royalty? Are you fucking like, I don't... I understand royalty gimmicks has been done to death. Like, look at all these King of the Rings from over the years in WWE gimmick, but like, it's just like, whatever. I don't know, just what makes sense, but yeah, fucking... Anyways, Samoa Joe says, you know, you're winning the title was a big mistake. Then why you lost the title, fatso? I don't know, they're trying to establish some heat, but it's like, what is really the heat besides all the title, whatever, but whatever, it is what it is. Ortiz helped Sting against Malachi Black and Brody Lee when they showed up during the... It was like, oh wow, the match is not going to be too long. Then it proceeds to be still long after that. Like, you would think the match would end right after that, but no, it still continues. Because we have to have long matches to appeal to these fucking work rate fans, thinking that's good. Like, get out of here with this shit. Anyways, Jungle Hook, why is this a fucking thing? Defeated Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. We're supposed to care about this because for some reason, but they assume that we're supposed to care, and this is the problem when you do shit at Rampage when you fail to make Rampage matter. So yeah, Matt Hardy, he's like with this fucking faggot Ethan Page for some reason. Like, he's under his orders, and we're supposed to care. Man, has Matt Hardy fallen way downhill? Like, what the fuck? And again, it's it's not his fault. But seriously, like, what kind of shit is this? Who the fuck is Ethan Page? Again, this is still a problem. Why should we care about Ethan Page? You failed to fucking make us even care about this guy. Because again, this guy has been in this company for like 1 year. What is his character? You just, again, it's a typical, is this guy from whatever? Like him now. He's a new star. Who is he? Who the fuck is this guy? And that's the problem with all these fucking stupid wrestlers nowadays. You just showcase them without fucking doing vignettes. You just fucking... You wonder why you don't grow. Because who the fuck's gonna fucking stay tuned when you do a promo? It's like, coming up on AEW, it's gonna be Ethan Page versus fucking Hook. Who the fuck is Ethan Page? Why should I care? Why this guy been on this show for how many times and I don't know who the fuck he is? Whatever, man. Then we get Family Therapy. I just wish it was more funny. I don't know, it was whatever. The segment was whatever. So Billy Gunn asked the Ass Boys when they became entitled spoiled brats. The Gunn points out how he ditched them as kids and they always came second to them. Andy Bowman says they're the biggest pieces of shit that he ever met. And they all had their time in the world to fix their relationship with their father. Instead, they ran wild with jealousy. Maskcaster says Guns would have been fine as a unit with Billy, but they wouldn't have a top-selling T-shirt. Gunn says it's their fault and their failure as a. Gunn says it's their fault as their failures as a father. And Daddy Ass asked what they. That sound gay to say Daddy Ass. Billy Gunn ask what they want, and he wants to make them happy. He says it's the titles. Again, it's the typical, we want the titles, but at least there's a heat towards this in terms of, like, you know, they're mentioning the daddy issues or whatever. Sure. It just, like, I don't know. I just like, just instead of the titles, like, sure, like, you know, like, why not mention, like, how about we get a fight? I don't know. It's just, in the end of the day, at least I would say this at least has a bit of heat compared to other feuds. You know what I mean? Even though it's kind of gay sounding and shit like that, but whatever. What can you do? At least it's some sort of heat. God forbid, get some heat in wrestling. Hangman Page versus Wheeler Yuta except for Rampage. Why? Why? And again, I'm just thinking to myself, why are Hangman Page facing Moxley again? He says he lays out a challenge to Moxley next week for why? Didn't you just beat the guy? You just beat him! Oh, but the rubber match! Great, you're going to do the same match where Moxley's going to probably win then. Or the same match and he wins. Where's the heat? What's the reason besides, oh, he got concussion, but he become boring cowboy? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Wheeler Yuta accepts on behalf of Mox and he issues his own challenge for some reason because, I don't know. I don't fucking care. Bryan Danielson defeats Brian Cage. Again, how does this make any sense? When I get it. Oh, because but again, like, it's predictable that Moxley's gonna win because, like, I mean, or if not Moxley, fucking Danielson's gonna win because you already laid out the idea that you're gonna do this stupid match at fucking Revolution. So like, if you just fucking have him lose, how would that make any sense? And it's just like, wow, like, I don't know. It's not like they can't just apparently do the match. Again, that's the fucking problem. You're basically making all these fucking matches predictable as all hell. Without, like, why you have to fucking have to, like, oh, February 8th, I could decide, or shit. Like, unless that's gonna be the day when they fight. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know how this is long-term booking. I'm sorry, this is retarded booking. Just because this is gonna be dragged out doesn't mean it's good long-term booking. If anything, it's long-term booking, but it's dragged out and stupid. Okay? Long-term booking. Man, it seems like a lot of smarts don't know what long-term booking is. Long-term booking is matches like Undertaker versus Kane for their feud, and it happens at WrestleMania. Long-term booking is even fucking a feud where they actually have a match, let's say, after a month or two, but they have a couple matches, they keep feuding for a while. It's not like they don't have a match until a supposed pay-per-view. It isn't like they have to, like, drag it out for 2 months or whatever. They actually have a few, but like, it's like look at fucking even, okay, Rock and Austin, Rock and Triple H. Rock and Triple H was a good example too, even long-term booking if you think about it. They interacted a couple of times, and they're fucking, you know, that's like long-term booking because they feuded a couple of months and shit like that, you know. Heck, you can argue fucking Edge and Undertaker. I think one of the great examples of a recent good long-term booking. Edge versus The Undertaker. They interacted, they have a couple matches, they had a match at WrestleMania, then Backlash, Judgment Day, TLC, a little pause were there, and then they concluded Hell in a Cell at fucking SummerSlam. They interacted even like when, they interacted fucking after WrestleMania fucking 23. After WrestleMania 23, and their fucking feud ended at SummerSlam 2008. 2 years! And they interact with each other. That's a good long-term booking. This is just... It's just, again, it's not really long-term booking. I don't know how this is an example of long-term booking, people. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not good example of long-term booking. It's dragged out stupidness. And again, how is it believable? Bryan Danielson beats Brian Cage, but it doesn't help that you fucking make Brian Cage look like a joke. God forbid you have a guy who looks like what he looks like. Could be star, maybe, but no. Have him lose and have him look retarded against Bryan Danielson in the most unbelievable match possible and boring. When there's like fucking no actual heat, really, and shit like that. Whatever. After the match, fucking Brian Cage and MJF attacks fucking Brian. Sure, whatever. But then Takeshita. This fucking Japanese faggot that no one fucking knows who takes a shit. Great. Let's fucking pretend to care about this guy. If they keep again, this is the problem with AEW. They keep showcasing this guy. We're supposed to pretend to care who he is, even though who is this guy? What's the vignette? What is his character? It doesn't help that this guy doesn't know how to speak English. I'm sorry, but Japanese wrestlers don't work unless they're funny and unless they actually have like Ted Jiri is a great Japanese wrestler. I'm sorry, there's a reason why guys like Nakamura fail at being a main eventer, and unfortunately, the language barrier does affect the way you fucking become a big wrestler. It's the truth. Whatever. Ruby Soho defeats Toni Storm after Britt Baker provided distraction. First of all, here's the problem with this shit. Before this actually. Okay, ain't nobody stopping me from wrestling. I wrestled 60 goddamn minutes in a separate shoulder, blah, blah, blah. You know, Brian Danielson try to act like he's tough. This guy's not tough. It comes out as fucking cringy. It's not believable. Fucking damn Brian can't talk for shit, and he's like cringy as fuck. After this, so yeah, the match, Ruby Soho. First of all, how does this make any sense? This match was supposed to be a triple threat. But Britt Baker was apparently injured, but yeah, she looks like fine. Unless she actually is hurt, but she can't fight, whatever. But then, again, Toni Storm, she just became a heel. And she loses. You're supposed to establish how she's like ruthless and whatever, yet you have her lose in her first match as a heel. How does this make any sense? And where's the explanation? Why is she a heel? Where is Saraya Page? Why did she lose? What sense was last week about Hikaru Shida? And what sense was it make that they became heels? How did this all make any sense? Now already, not only this shit was already done to begin with, this all was retarded in the first place, you managed to make it even more retarded. How does this all make any sense, people? Toni Storm, first of all, like, I used to think this chick was hot. I know people why they say she's hot. And I see, like, why, again, her showing her ass, that could be her thing. That I have a big fat ass, I'm hurting people with it. Great, that's a great gimmick. I can get around that, you know? Her fucking promo for is like, you know, I don't know, I'm tired of these homegrown losers or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of these... apparently, if to take a shit or whatever is homegrown, I don't know what to tell you. How are they really homegrown? Or when they fucking don't have... I don't know. They don't really even treat them like character or whatever. I don't know. They don't even showcase them. They don't even do vignettes. So what... Because apparently everybody's from somebody or we're supposed to. Whatever. But sure, fine. If she wants to... The reason why I used to say fucking Toni Storm was attractive... I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of her cut... I'm not a fan of her haircut. I like my women, you know, nice and long hair. She used to have nice and long hair, now she cut it. It's like, come on, yo, that's a turn off. But hey, her fucking using her ass as a fucking move, that works as a character thing and shit like that. She's fucking gonna be ruthless. You know, I got a big fat ass, I'm gonna fucking hurt people with it. She's been doing that, but it didn't help this match was long than it needed to be. But not just that, you managed to make her look weak. Again, great. A fucking BuzzFeed writer bitch. A fucking disgusting fucking lip-tart fucking BuzzFeed writer looking like fucking cunt. Fucking Ruby Soho defeats a big fat ass Toni Storm. Yeah. Even though Toni Storm, her attractiveness have lured because of her haircut. But yeah, that's apparently good booking, right? That's good booking. For some reason, Britt Baker distracts Toni Storm for some reason. Why? Why did that happen? You're turning her into a face now? How does that make any sense? How does that... I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Then MJF cuts a promo. He's from a dimly light, he mentions he apologized for that. He says he's not the first Jew to be hid from a guy with blue eyes in a locked room, which I guess that's kind of funny and, you know, definitely mentions some sad situations. But, you know, hey, that's, you know, at least he's making it as a joke with that. Yeah, good for him. He tells Takeshita to stay out of his business or there will be consequences. And says that the title is what gets him to be out of boy band. Basically said that's the, oh, I'm the champion proud, you know, like, what gets me out of everything I do is for the title and proves of it says it proves his catchphrase, which sure, this is like an example of why, you know, how you make the title important, sure. Or how, like, when a champion makes it... When you do a promo about a title, it makes... this is, like, I would say, a good example of how you make the, you know, as a world champion important. So, sure. But, here's a problem with this. Isn't MJF supposed to be a fucking anti-smart type of wrestler? Yeah, he proceeds to fucking ask a fucking... Again, this is another problem. Great, another debut... of a wrestler that no one really fucking knows besides Marks and no character. Like, I don't give a fuck if this guy was even WWE. He was still in NXT. No one really fucking knows him besides Marks. Okay? It's not like he's a big star. He's bringing this guy in and we're supposed to care, like, why? Great. Take the Thrasher, and this guy was fucking boring in NXT. And we're supposed to care. But he's a pure... I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. You like... You guys are probably pure gay. That's what it is. Okay? But yeah. he said, he even mentions like how it was a long time ago, or it wasn't the first time I knocked out a British guy who looked like Ellen DeGeneres on meth. So he mentions like William Regal. That's how he looked like, and I can see that's funny, But like really, at the same time, wow, you kind of ruined your fucking stance on this, man. You could have when you're fucking bash smarts, yet you're appealing to them. Like, what are you doing? Whatever. Now, great. We're getting this fucking. We're gonna get a boring gay ass fucking technical wrestling where you can probably see fucking legit destined gay rest holds with each other. Who the fuck gives a shit about Timmy Thatcher? And why am I intrigued about this fucking gay ass match? Again, and I was like, it made me care about watching this match next week as a fucking new viewer. Why should I care about this Timmy Thatcher guy? Come on. But yeah, this is like soul set for next week. Fucking Bryan Danielson versus Timmy Thatcher, Hangman versus Jon Moxley. Again, we're supposed to. Didn't they mention last week he was gonna say something? Unless that's like really, it's the same shit from Moxley. Like, wasn't he supposed to like, oh, I'm not gonna talk about it? Why didn't they not like follow that? And they didn't. It's like, how is that long-term booking or good booking? I don't know. Like, people say this is good booking. I don't know. They claim we're gonna be in action this Wednesday, next Wednesday, and apparently the main event next week. I don't know if this is gonna be the main event. It's gonna be Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe in a no holds barred match. Okay, fine, sure. In their supposed fake heated match, whatever. But and then we see Britt Baker, like a Japanese random wrestler that no one really knows of. I face shooted before. Like, why should we know or care about that? But I'm a different person now. Okay, who cares? And you even shave for this business? Okay, that's what made you turn off. I don't care. And again, this is the fucking problem. Like, why? What's with AEW? Their fixation of fucking hiring all these stupid random Japanese people and these indie people. And again, this is like the problem with fucking Tony Khan and these fucking smarky bookers that they, again, it doesn't help when you have these fucking wrestlers that just have this indie mentality. This is the problem. This company has the indie mentality. You don't know what draws and fucking whatever. It makes no sense. I'm sorry. It just makes no sense. The main event was Mark Briscoe. Obviously, he defeated Jay Leto. I will say this. Very impressed with the Mark Briscoe guy. I like how he did an elbow drop through the table. That kind of shit was cool. I like how he seemed like a little character when he was coming out. Even like fucking wrestling. Like, just like scream. Like, I liked it. And it's like, wow, this guy's trying to explain some character. God forbid we have wrestlers like it's just a darn shame. It takes, unfortunately, this guy, his brother's death to do this, to actually have someone like this, And I see why people like the Briscoes. It's just, God forbid, it's not our fault that we don't know these people. It's not like they're on TV. I'm sorry, it's the truth. But yeah, the match was fine. It's just, again, what's the story? I understand it's like it's only really for the art, but again, then why not do an ROH or on a YouTube thing? They have this thing called Honor Club. Why not just? You can't just do it as on a show when no one really knows the reason why this is happening. Besides, I understand, sure, the death. I get it. I get that, but it's like, how is that? Like, you have to understand, you're still a TV show. Whatever. I mean, I think what they did was enough last week. A lot of people are like, why didn't you do a whole entire tribute show for Jay Briscoe? Because, again, the guy was not even on TV. But I understand, like, sure. Like, I mean, the reason why they didn't have them, and I think that's stupid because of TNT, like, the whole scandal. Like, I think that's the most, if anything, that's the most faggoty thing they can never fucking do themselves. Okay? But I do think, even though what Tony Khan did was fine. They showed a graphic. They mentioned him. It was fine. Okay? He was not really on the AEW show. Basically, they did what they normally did anyways with art, because they've been doing this fucking bunch of times lately anyways, where this basically the main event became ROH, which is, again, I hate that, but I understand in a way. I kind of will let it slide, maybe, because I understand the circumstances. But it's like, in the end of the day, like, they do this bunch of times. Like, you can't, again, this is AEW, not ROH. But I guess in a way it's a more forgiving way, because, again, you're showcasing a wrestler, but it's just like, I'm sorry, you still don't really know who the fuck the wrestler was and shit like that. But whatever. And I mean that in the most kindest way possible. Okay? But yeah, Mark Briscoe, showcase alright. You know? It's not bad, you know? It just, if only there was an actual story. I understand, like, all these, like, even going back, well, like when Eddie Guerrero died, and, you know, there's not much stories for those matches. But, like, you get why those wrestlers wrestle, because the star power, and the reason why these wrestlers wrestle, even, like, those wrestlers, they faced each other before, you know? And the star power, I'm sorry, this is the problem. Like, this match lacked the star power and shit like that. It's just the truth. It really just, again, catering to smarks. And again, what can you really do? The guy was not on a TV show. Again, that's AEW's fault too. But I don't know. But what else I was gonna say? But I don't know. I don't know what to really say. Just I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But hey, you know, I hope Smarks or whatever, they don't complain to Tony Khan that how they did not do anything. If anything, I think they did enough now. They did enough what they could do for in honor of the life of Jay Briscoe. They did enough already now. And I think, like, hopefully Smarks will be happy. Or whatever. But people can say, like, what do you mean people don't know Jay Briscoe? Like, okay, you may know who Jay Briscoe is because you're a fucking weird smarky fan who doesn't have really a life. And you think WWE and AEW is not enough for you. But, I'm sorry, but Jay Briscoe is not like a guy who, like or not, he was not like a Hulk Hogan. It's not like he was a fucking top star that people really know. Because, again, like or not, and I hate to say this, and I'm not trying, and I mean the least I'm not trying to be hurtful here. It's not like fucking Jay Briscoe was like this big star that people knew. I see people say Jay Briscoe was a draw, or the Briscoes were a draw. How were they draws? Were they draws as Hogan and shit like that? I hate to break it to you, but maybe in terms of an indie fan base, sure, but not like when you. A lot of these smarts like to fucking say draw so many times, but they don't really know what a draw is because they're fucking retarded. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you. But again, I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm not trying to be heartless. But it just... I get circumstances. But just like, I'm sorry. Gotta fucking know that when you say things that go too far, you lose your intelligence. And again, I'm sorry. Facts have to matter. You can't be lying to yourselves because unfortunately a tragedy happens. Or unfortunately someone dies. And then, like, that's like saying that, you know... That's like saying, let's say this. Like let's just say, like an actor unfortunately passed away, and he's like, he was the greatest actor ever. He was a draw. Like, let's say some unknown actor, and then we do showcase whatever. But like, again, I'm sorry, who is he? Like, he was not like a big top actor as like a Leonardo DiCaprio. Sorry, it's the truth. You can't just say he's a draw. Like, if he was drawing, he would probably be already in the same league as Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, people? I hope people understand. And again, I'm not trying to be hurtful. So. Anyways, rest in peace to Jay Briscoe. And I hope it was enough. God bless Mark Briscoe. I know the guy is a tough time for him. Happy belated birthday to him, obviously. And happy birthday to Jay Briscoe. And rest in peace to him. Definitely a tough week. It's just, man, fucking sad, bro. Fucking sad. Like, you know, just wow. The past 2 weeks in terms of their lives, you know what I mean there? I don't know. I hope some good things, and you know what? I hope this is not the only time I see Mark Briscoe. I hope they actually establish something and make him a character, especially based on tonight, I think. And I hope, again, like, that's the thing. A lot of these times when they debut somebody, it's like a waste. I'm surprised they're doing something to the action on Andretti, whatever, but it's like they're doing it the wrong way, I think, you know? But what they're, you know, hey, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they do something. Maybe this will lead to hopefully some good things. Matches, whatever. I couldn't really get too much involved into it because, again, what's the story and whatever. Even though, but it's like, fine. but I like the table spot. I'll give it that, you know? So, and you know what? Mark Briscoe maybe could be somebody. Maybe you can establish him as a nice single run, do something, and hopefully they would showcase him. I think he would do all right. Establish his character on TV, and hell yeah, maybe we could see something with him and hopefully do something. All right. But overall, the show was still shit. All right, I hate that. If apparently because they did a tribute match. Apparently they excuse them from saying the show is bad. I'm sorry. It doesn't excuse them when a show is bad. Okay, it doesn't. Because they're still showcasing a show on TV. All right. Till next time. And again, it's not like the entire show is a tribute show anyway. So there you go. Alright, that's say just keep it real, get your gains, close consistently, buy missing bitches, go oh shit. I just gotta keep it real, man. Gotta keep it 100. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.